how do you see the meaning of cooperation? What if it's difficult to cooperate?
I think ambitions of different countries, kind of a struggle for so-called leadership, either in the region or in the world, and miscalculation of the potential, its own potential, and underestimation of your vis-à-vis, or your opponents. And this leads to mistrust, this leads to tensions, and this leads to wars. Our policy always was based on cooperation in the real sense of that word, because we strongly believe that only through cooperation you can achieve success. The more you give, the more you help, the more you will get. It's that's how to say how the world works.
It's like a life in a way.
It's like life, exactly. Politics and life, it's very, very similar, because politics is being done by people. And one of the examples which I can also bring to your attention, answering this question, is our efforts as a chairman of non-aligned movement. Non-aligned movement is chaired by Azerbaijan for already 4th year. By unanimous decision we've been elected, and by unanimous decision our chairmanship have been extended 1 more year until the end of this year. And during this period we really demonstrated that we want this movement to be vocal. We want this movement to take its place on the world arena, because polarization of big powers is obvious. The gap between the interests of big powers probably will not shrink. Therefore, non-aligned movement, which was actually created as an alternative, but then to a certain degree lost its potential, has a great potential. And if this ideology or philosophy dominates, then the world will be much safer. And once again, the main problems which the world faces now, they do not have legitimate source. It's just perceptions, ambitions, fight for so-called virtual leadership. It is virtual. It can be created by media, which is under your control. It can be created by NGOs, which are under your control. But you cannot prove it in a so-called competition. Therefore, let those who do it put down these weapons. Let them concentrate on the needs of the mankind, on poverty, on malnutrition, on many countries having no access to drinking water. This has a fundamental electricity.
What you said just now, Mr. President, reminds me of the Chinese side suggesting a community of shared future.
Yes, exactly.
We all have the basic needs as humans, and we know who is good to us, who are our friends, and who can we walk along with for the longer term.
Exactly, and I can tell you sincerely that what China does on global arena with respect to support cooperation must be highly valued by the international community. You do it on global scale, we do it on maybe more regional scale, but we follow the same philosophy. And it works, because look, China is one of the most successful countries in the world, the leading economy of the world, and this you achieved with your own efforts and your wisdom of your people, leadership, and commitment to the result.